sense what I said, so it doesn't matter. Alright, we're back at Let It Roll in Phoenix for the second match in a potential 3-game title match here. Cameron Smith had 0 losses in our triple elimination match play format. The only other bowler left standing was Dallas Leong. Dallas had 2 losses, so Dallas has to beat Cameron 3 straight times to win the title. In an exciting first game, he did beat Dallas 245 to 226. And right now, Cameron is trailing in game 2. This is the 4th frame. If Cameron spares this up, he'll be trailing by 4 pins through those 4 frames. There are no easy spares on the lane, and that wasn't the way he intended to shoot that, I guarantee you, but it does spare it up. And he does have that 4-pin deficit. Pulled on a demanding WTBA Athens pattern today. It played very, very long. Bowlers were having a hard time getting the ball to hook at all in some of the pairs. Even this late in the day, you see the players are not that deep on the lane. Plenty of volume out there, plenty of out of bounds to the right. Cameron throughout his career has been at his best when they are tough. More than 20 career JBT titles. Would be bitterly disappointed if he finds a way to not win this title. He's got himself a tough customer in Dallas. Strikes there to maintain that 4-pin deficit. Cameron, a veteran of our tour, many, many years, while Dallas, one of the really up-and-coming stars of the tour, out of the Mojave Conference, he could be winning a whole lot of titles for a whole lot of years. He finally broke the ice for that first win this season up in Laughlin, and has rarely missed the top 5 since. In fact, he's rarely missed the top 3 since, and this will be yet another top 3 finish, obviously. But if he keeps doing that, it's only going to be a top 2 finish, not a top 1. I was about to have Riley take over videotape. He could miss another 4, 6, 7. So Dallas gives the lead back with that. He now trails by 7. See that exquisite balance of the foul line. And then that ebonite bowling ball does the rest of the work. Someone's going to win 1,100 for first, not 1,000, as they're both throwing ebonite equipment. Dallas, the game breaker, the new game breaker? Oh, using the older game breaker. Very nice. Well, Cameron throwing one of their new balls, the Cyclones. Be looking for a whole bunch of brand new ebonite equipment here coming up. Obviously, he loves that Cyclone, as he has been crushing racks all day long. Qualified 4th for today's 16 bowler finals. Went 8-0 his first one. He's 8-1 right now. Oh, and wow, did that check up on him all of a sudden. From out of nowhere, that, and you can see by Cameron's reaction, he's as surprised as we are. That's the first time we've really seen a ball not sort of check hold when it gets to that spot on the lane. Boy, oh boy. You see it everywhere in sports, all the way on up to professional sports. If a trailing team can get that first win, all of a sudden the momentum changes the opposite direction.
What does that mean?
It almost bounces it out.
I'm not a trailing team. The Cowboys were a trailing.
3-0 sounds like you got it in the bag. 3-1 is suddenly a very different story. And putting the cart before the horse here, but it could potentially be all square in just 4 more frames after all that work. Very few bowlers have swept through an Invitational undefeated. One's done it so far this season. Cameron Weir last week up in Washington. I beg your pardon, Barry Crowell up in Washington last week, beating Cameron Weir in the title match. Sorry, Perry. Striking the 7th for Cameron. It's a 5-pin lead for Dallas, which he can extend to 15 if he can double here in his 7th. Now, all of a sudden, what's going on this pair? as balls that looked like they would hold check up, and balls that looked like it would recover right there don't. Squirrely pattern out there. As this 210, if it remains unconverted, will hand the lead back to Cameron. And that's it. So the third lead change in 3 shots here as Dallas is open, and he's shrugging his shoulders. A couple of these matches today came down to just not even catching doubles, but grinding out marks. Riley's back here, he had a couple of those today. That time it gets there. Just enough to get the 8-10. Those are the last 2 pins out. So the lead back to Cameron with 7 pins, and now he's got the opportunity to extend it to 17. If form holds, he'll open and the lead will go back to Dallas. We hope not for Cameron's sake, but see what happens. Again, if Dallas wins this game, they will go the maximum possible distance and bowl 1 more game for $1,000. He likes it. Wow! As great as Cameron has been, and I mean he has been spectacular all day long, there have been a couple of funny things going on in this title match. We might not even be bowling this game right now if it wasn't for a vicious solid 8 back in the last match. And here with the chance to put a hammerlock in this match, of all things, a 5-pin stands up. I don't think I'm going to get a free drink here, but I'm going to put the hand up anyway, just to see what happens. Yeah, nice try, Jeff. But does maintain a 7-pin lead with that spare there in the 8. You're never going to get a lot of positive visual emotion out of Cameron while he's in the middle of a bowling tournament, but right now that look has changed to disgust. Rather snapper turtleish. Yes. It's actually a very funny, very nice guy. And on the lanes, it is all business, and his business face is cantankerous. Ah, beautiful shot there. All right, the 9th frame, always important to get that setup strike in. He does it. He's got a possible 196 now. Dallas working at a 169 pace. That's all Bud can strike out here in the 9th, 10th, and 11th for 199. So who's going to perform in the 9th and 10th frames? What it should come down to, that's what it is coming down to. Perform he does. Dallas' dad Terry, a great bowler in his own right. He would have loved that shot on Father's Day. He'll love it on tape in a couple days once we publish it, but that sets him up in position to shut out Smith. 2 strikes and 8 pins. There's nothing Cameron can do about it. We'll bowl another game. Why? Why the heck not? Wow. I didn't know that much was on the line. Good point. First shot is huge. First shot is huge. That's the same hold that we've seen pretty much all day long because the initial pattern was so long, and I thought Cameron's ball would hold on 28. If Cameron has an opportunity to get up and double, which he'll have to do now on the right-hand lane, I will be so impressed if he does it because he has not looked good on lane 28 this whole match. He hasn't struck on 28 this whole match. This is for the shutout though. And it does not wheel, and he loses some more count too. So Cameron will have that opportunity, and if he happens to miss this spare, Cameron might only need 1 strike. So a lot of count loss there. I don't know if he's looking at the scoreboard, but it's really important that he not chop this spare right here. Excellently done. That forces the double instead of strike 9 spare. 186. Strike 9 spare for Cameron is 185. So Cameron Smith, who has done some amazing things in a long career with over 20+ wins, is going to have to really pull one out of the hat here. Must double to win the title. Anything less, they're going to have to go to a deciding game. If anybody can do it, this is one of the prime candidates to do it. Let's see what he's got this time. There's one. His previous shots on this plane in order: 9 spare, 7-2, 7 spare, 9 miss. He puts it all together and dead nuts that one, and now has this shot to win it all. Back just a month ago at Texas Station on a also very difficult shot, Cameron was a little lost on a lane and ended up striking there for the win. All the marbles riding on this shot.
Come on, Cam, slam!
Yes, sir. I said I would be impressed, and I am nothing but in awe of the ability of these young bowlers to, on demanding conditions in ultra high pressure situations, to come through with their best shots. That was nothing short of brilliant. A brilliant performance by Dallas too, but no one was going to touch Cameron today. Dallas got one from him, but that's as close as it got, and Cameron Smith wins the Arizona Invitational. Great stuff from both bowlers. We'll hand out some plaques and checks. We will see you next at the Girls Invitational in a couple weeks. Yes, you won also, sir. You always win though.
Double better weekend.
Thank you, KJ.